at 31 years old, weighing in at 68.45 kilograms, with a record of 7 wins, 3 losses, 2 of those wins coming by way of a knockout. He fights out of Atlantic Thai Boxing. Please welcome Dyllan Dutton. And now introducing his opponent, 20 years old and fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 69.25 kilograms, the record of 18 wins against 12 losses. He fights out of George in the Southern Cape. Please welcome Jean-Luc Adendorff. The observation of the white crew leads us to bout number 2. Dyllan Dutton up against Jean-Luc Adendorff. This is where it steps up a notch. It's a South African title eliminator. We are in the 69.5 kilogram division, which is going to be the super welterweight class, and it's pro-am rules, 3 by 3 minute rounds. So again, shorter fight, not a lot of time. You got to make it count.
100%, and we've got a lot of experience here. Both these guys have been fighting a long time. Some international achievements from both of them: boxing, K1, Muay Thai. This is going to be a good one.
Dutton
really
in the blue
good
trunks, and it's Jean-Luc Adendorff in the red trunks.
Okay, first round.
31 years old versus 20 years old. Let's see if the legs are the ones that makes the difference here, or if it's going to be the experience of the 31-year-old Dyllan Dutton. And you'll notice, of course, the crash helmets have come off.
Yes.
Still the same elbow protection, still the same socks that are worn.
You know, the thing with Muay Thai is you always want to establish range. You know, depending on the type of fighter you are, if you want to use knees or elbows, you try and establish that range. Make your opponent try and get inside to be effective with knees and elbows. You cannot just let them get inside. You've got to control that range.
Perfectly timed on the leg by Jean-Luc Adendorff, who trains at Brothers Combat Institute, Southern Cape, George. Hello to all of his fans who are watching right now on YouTube, and we're glad that you could tune in for today's action as Jean-Luc takes Dutton to the ground for the second time.
Jean-Luc trying to hit too hard. I think he needs to be a bit more precise with his punch, but score the points. Nice knee, beautiful knee off the clinch.
Adendorff again with that turn and wrestle to the floor. Red trunks for Adendorff, blue trunks for Dutton. Atlantic Thai Boxing versus BCI.
He needs to try and do those sweeps without falling on top of his opponent.
Adendorff, the aggressor, he seems to have worked out the puzzle quicker, or is the guy dictating the pace? It's up to Dutton to figure it out.
Once again, guys dropping their hands very badly. You've got to keep those hands up when you're throwing those kicks.
Nothing high has come just yet. You know, they're still focusing on leg kick, chopping the tree down at the base.
Oh,
but there,
great left hook landed there.
as I say it, something came upstairs.
Those hands.
5, 6.
This is
7,
something you learn with experience.
8. Walk
The more you
towards me.
compete in the
Hands
sport.
up.
Oh, nice
10.
cut there.
Dutton's got a cut to attend to, so his corner are going to be busy. That's if Adendorff can make it out alive after round number 1. A minute to go.
Very intelligent clinch work, allowing himself more time to recover.
Break it up.
Very clever close that distance, limit damage.
Veteran move from the kid.
Very, very. Beautiful clinch work. Got to get that. Oh,
Not entirely sure what that was. But Dutton, with the blood streaming down his face, is now in the fight with a real chance to try and force a stoppage.
yeah, that's always the problem when you try and hit it too hard, that gas tank. The energy quickly dissipates and then you're going to struggle later on.
And of course, it costs you more to miss than it does to hit.
100%. Jean-Luc looking a little bit tired at the moment, but he's got a lot of fights in him.
That shot took a lot out of him. He was a different fighter before it.
For sure, for sure. Like I said in the previous fights as well, this is where you find out what you're made of.
Fantastic action to take us to the bell. Dutton with blood rolling down his face. Adendorff has been on the floor. Bout number 2. What are we going to glean from this opening round? I'm sure that you must be able to defend for once. And tell us what you think in terms of a round winner. Is it that obvious?
I think Dyllan took that round. I think they both got to be careful. Their hands are very low. Whoever throws that first effective head kick is going to be one up on the charts. I think the head kick is waiting. Those heads are wide open.
Regardless of the good hard work that Jean-Luc did to set the foundation, to lay the table in that first round, that getting the action of being dropped, is that what has taken it away?
100%.
All of that hard work has been wasted.
100%. That makes it a 10-8 round. And then afterwards, obviously, Dyllan maintaining the pressure, did really, really well to keep that pressure on him. And definitely looked like the clear winner. I would have scored that at 10-8.
So if we're looking at the corner now, attending to that cut, explain to us at home, what do you think is going on there? What is on that cloth?
So basically, they'll put a bit of adrenaline on there. Some guys use the stole ripples.
Seconds out.
And that just coagulates
dry
the
your
blood. The
fight
adrenaline
off.
will actually make the capillaries
Dry it
thinner
before
so
you
that
get
the
up.
blood doesn't come out. And then they'll put a bit of Vaseline with adrenaline on it just to stop the bleeding and prevent it from bleeding anymore. The guys nowadays are very effective with their cut management.
Round number 2, we're about to get underway here. Adendorff being put on the floor in the first round. Dutton had blood streaming down his face. It's all to play for.
Okay,
2 more rounds
ready?
remaining,
Okay,
and away we go.
Yeah, this is where we're going to see those gas tanks.
Second round, guys. Choke.
Conditioning plays such a big part in the sport. When you're throwing such explosive kicks and hard punches, taking body damage, you've got to be super fit.
And even taking body damage in defensive positions, catching shots, it costs you.
Also, scoring in Muay Thai, if you kick someone's arms, it's considered a point. You cannot block with your arms, you got to block with the shins. So you need to check those kicks with your legs, not your arms.
Adendorff trying to stay a little bit out of the range of Dutton. Dutton, the taller fighter. Adendorff goes back to the well, throwing Dutton onto the floor like he did in the first round twice.
Not one of them setting up a jab. They need to establish that jab,
Break.
control that range.
Break. Watch the dunks, guys.
Didn't
Watch
make
the
the
dunks.
mistake of closing the distance. He's way better from out far compared to Jean-Luc. He needs to keep that distance and fight him long. Use your teep, use your jab. Jean-Luc needs to get inside more.
Downstairs and upstairs, and it's
Here we go.
Jean-Luc swinging for the fences.
Both landing some good shots inside there. Better defense from Jean-Luc, keeping those hands up. But got to check those kicks. They take its toll on the legs. Beautiful counter over the top.
Dutton with a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, you can't load up on those shots. Much better. Dyllan needs to use that teep better. He needs to use it more. He's way more effective from outside.
Adendorff seems to have cleared the cobwebs from being dropped in the first round. He looks a bit more composed.
You know, they need to establish their straight shots. They're firing everything around the corner, long looping shots. And it's so easy to defend those. Whoever throws the best punches down the middle are going to land the better shots.
You know, the funny thing in boxing is that a lot of the time the corner says, give me a chance to help you, help yourself. Keep away from that cut, keep it out of the way, but not in Muay Thai. That's not going to happen.
No, you focus on those cuts and you want to do as much damage as you can. The more you can make him bleed, the better. Jean-Luc landing some good shots there. Good little lean back. Beautiful leg kick.
Choke.
Much better from Dutton. He's putting less effort in, but landing more. You see, people always make the mistake. They throw 100% and miss instead of 50% and land. Beautiful counter punches by Jean-Luc. Very nice. Good pressure now. Jean-Luc realizing that Dyllan's a bit tired. Pushing that pace now.
It seems like the 30-second mark has come, and you're now seeing a definite step down in the amount of output from Jean-Luc Adendorff.
Yeah, and he's chasing that spin elbow, but he needs to establish the foundation first. A little bit all over the place when he's throwing those spin elbows, falling. He's got to be careful of getting caught.
Perhaps chasing that spin elbow, as we can see, his padding has slipped up a little bit.
Take advantage of the conditions. Really good work by both these guys, pushing the pace nicely.
Stop.
And that is the
Very
end
nice
of the round.
Very nice round from both of them. A lot of back and forth, good shots landed from Jean-Luc and Dyllan.
In hindsight, those shoves to the ground, not exactly shoves to the ground, but those takedowns, if we can call them the sweeps, they are counting towards what the judges see in general.
100%. And I think Jean-Luc landed a lot of good shots in that round. Way more effective. He actually came back aggressive towards the end of the round, which judges always see. They always see the end of the round and they remember it a little bit clearer. So I could possibly have scored that at 10-9 for Jean-Luc. So interesting fight now. I mean, if Jean-Luc wins this last round, I think we've got a draw on our hands.
I'm going to apologize right now for the rest of the evening. I'm on the learn here. This is why I'm at Muay Thai. I'm learning a new discipline for me. I mean, I've been watching fighting for a long time, but they're keeping tabs of 8 limbs that are thrown at all the time. I'm a boxing guy.
100%.
2 is generally my attention limit, and now I'm having
Fighters,
to suffer through 8. But hey, action is all
corner.
here. We're at Cape
Guys,
Town's
this is Jaya fight
International
off before he comes out.
Casino
Into
of
a corner,
Excellence,
into
the
a corner.
Grand West Casino
Into a corner.
and Entertainment World. And you, Clinton, are my guru for the rest of the evening, and I'm really appreciative that you're sitting next to me
Only a
and
pleasure.
guiding us through the action tonight.
The WMO has also changed. They've also changed a lot of the rules. Before in Thailand, the punches didn't really count as much as kicks and knees and elbows. And they've now made it that every punch counts. So every effective strike that lands is considered a point now.
Adendorff starting off the round with the leg kick, returned by Dutton.
Beautiful counters by Jean-Luc. They've got to keep those hands up.
Low kick, left hook, downstairs and upstairs.
They also need to use those hands to set up the legs. You know, they're throwing either punches or kicks. They're not punching and kicking together. They're not using the hands to set up the legs.
And both guys are playing victim to dropping their hands and getting made to pay for it.
100%. That's exactly why I'm saying they need to punch first and then follow up with the kicks. It's going to create the openings. At the moment, they're either punching or kicking, and you can see it coming a mile away.
Seemingly even Stevens as we go into the 2 minutes remaining of the third and final round. Difficult to separate them, and like you said, a drawn round here could be a drawn fight.
Yeah, I think if Jean-Luc wins this, there's a very good chance it's going to be a draw. But he's going to really have to push the pace and land some really good strikes.
Yes, of course, that's because Jean-Luc got put on the floor and took a count in the first round.
Yeah. And he's doing well. He's really catching Dyllan as he comes in, catching him with as he enters. His hands are low, and yeah, he's going to go for the sweep again.
Stop.
No, this time I think his gas tank hasn't got the energy for that takedown.
You know, 3 rounds of 3 minutes seems like a month.
Especially in Muay Thai, when you're throwing kicks and knees and elbows, it seriously does, it saps you.
Break. Separate. Chop.
Adendorff in the red, Dutton in the blue, 31 years old,
Beautiful
up against a
counter.
20-year-old.
Jean-Luc really has to dig deep and he's got to push the pace. He's got to be aggressive. And Dyllan has to do the same if he wins. If Dyllan wins this round, he wins the fight. So he has to show that he wants it.
Big shot to the stomach by Jean-Luc Adendorff. Perfectly timed body shots. That's
Those
what it is
teeps
all
taking
about.
its toll. Those teeps take their toll on the body, especially when you're tired. Beautiful. Untidy, but still scores.
Just at the right time as well.
35 seconds left. This is do or die time. Dyllan needs to show he wants it. He needs to show he wants it. Jean-Luc needs to be aggressive. He needs to take it from Dyllan.
This is where they say empty the tank.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well done.
Break.
Really well done. Caught the kick, looked for the sweep.
Messy landing for both
Untidy
fighters.
due to the gas tank, but still scoring. Going to be interesting to see how this judges score this. This last round is could go either way.
And
Really,
there we
really
have
good. Good recovery from Jean-Luc. Came back.
3 rounds are done and dusted. Interesting fight if you're scoring at home. It's a difficult one.
And I'll be running, possessed by a lone, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la-la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me haunted.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give both these fighters a massive round of applause. Bell to bell action as we go to the judges' scorecards. After 3 rounds, your winner coming by way of a split decision victory. Fighting out of BCI in the red corner, Jean-Luc Adendorff.